You're watching the Western Athletic Conference on ESPN. Wildcat Stadium in Abilene, Texas, the backdrop for Week 2 in the FCS. The WAC against the SWAC. It's Prairie View A&M and Abilene Christian. And now welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. Zach Carlisle along with Connor Mullins, Joseph Chapa down on the sideline. Well, a couple of teams that are 1-0, a couple of teams with first-year head coaches. We'll start with Prairie View A&M. It was a win last week over Texas Southern, and they only threw the ball 7 times.
Yeah, they ran the ball really well last week in that Labor Day Classic win. Ran for 366 yards in bad weather. Very good win for the Panthers. ACU off to a hot start as well. Yeah,
let's talk about the Wildcats. So the win over Lamar last Thursday. So a couple of extra days to prepare. And it was a good showing on both sides of the ball for ACU.
Yeah, ACU heading into this week 1-0 for the first time since 2013. Looking to get that second win tonight, and a pair of first-year head coaches going head-to-head tonight.
Well, ACU scored 28 points, but the defense might have been even better. For more on that, let's send it down to the third member of our team, Joseph Chapa.
Hey, thanks, Zach. Well, ACU head football coach Keith Patterson said in his presser this week that the team's defensive philosophy is to get their opponent behind the chains. We saw this on display last week against Lamar, and the same strategy is the same here tonight against Prairie View A&M. The focus on stopping the offense on first down, 4 second and medium, and get the offense off the field after third down is the exact game plan that this ACU defense has against a run-heavy Panthers offense. Let us see how consistent this Wildcats defense can become. Gentlemen, back to you.
Joseph, thank you very much. And we are ready to go here tonight. And it is a hot one, 90 degrees. This is more like the weather in Abilene, Texas. In early September, not much wind. Expected to be a beautiful night here in the big country. Prairie View A&M won the toss, and they elect to receive, so we will get a look at the Panther offense. First up, Blair Zapata will send it deep to Jalen Howard and Bernard Goodwater. A pair of 1-0 teams in Week 2. Glad you're with us. Off we go from Abilene, Texas. And this game will begin with a touchback 5 yards deep in the end zone. Here comes Prairie View A&M. And this Panther offense that loves to run the ball, but at quarterback, Trayzon Conley, the redshirt junior.
Yeah, Conley ran for a lot of yards last week, had 121 yards on 9 carries, had 70 yards on 1 carry, and took it to the house. 6'2", 196, out of Dallas, 1,834 yards on his career. Last week versus Texas Southern, only threw 6 passes for 25 yards and a pick 6, but he can fly. He's one of these guys that looks to get out in space on the outside edge and looks to take it to the house.
You saw his career numbers. He is 8-1 as a starting quarterback in his Prairie View career.
And it's that right side of the offensive line for Prairie View that you want to take a look at tonight. You got 320 and 350 pounds on that right side, and Conley gets sacked on that one.
Play begins, and nowhere for Prairie View A&M to go as they try to throw it there on first down, but that 2-yard loss. So you got this Prairie View team that's coming off of a 40-23 victory over Texas Southern in that Labor Day Classic back home a week ago, and it was terrible weather and it was a lot of running, and they are going to air it out here with 5 wide underneath, and the pass complete across the 30-yard line to Ty Holden, the junior out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. As we take a look at the Prairie View offense, Conley and Stewart is the top running back. You saw Ty Holden making that catch. And then this offensive line, that's a veteran O-line and a big O-line. They average about 6'5", 320 pounds up front for these Panthers. It's the game's first third down. Third down and short here for Conley and company, and they're going to hand it off, and it's close right at the marker. Looks like forward progress is enough for a first down for Prairie View A&M, and it was actually the backup running back, Ahmad Antoine, with the carry, with the stop made by Elijah Moffitt, but a 1st and 10 for Prairie View.
Yeah, good start for the Prairie View offense. Antoine, the senior out of New Orleans, with a good run there to get the first down and keep the ball moving for the Panthers.
You're going to see this spread offense for Prairie View. An emphasis on running the ball, but you've seen 5 wide as they do so again. From the 36, clean pocket and a delivery into ACU territory, and a catch made by Holden. It's his second, and a beautiful throw from Conley.
And we see Prairie View throw it again. Conley with a good ball there to Holden. He didn't throw it a lot last week. Does it well there to thread the needle for the first down.
All of a sudden, Prairie View threw the air to get things started tonight after throwing for just 25 yards a week ago. 3 receivers left for Conley. This opening drive of the game, quick screen and through the hands of the intended target, Xavier Johnson.
And Torrey Hargrove right there on the ACU defense to break that one up as we take a look at the ACU starting defense.
He's one of them, the captain in that linebacker spot. This defensive line going up against that big O-line of Prairie View. Anderson and Egbo once again the corners for Abilene Christian. Moffitt and Dubar, the safeties. You surprised at how much pass we've seen so far on this opening drive?
It's been a good start for Prairie View. They're throwing it a lot more than they did last week. Looking to see more of that tonight from Conley.
Off the fake, Conley under pressure and a little too tall for Donovan White, the tight end. Closing speed from Jordan Pop as he was ready to track down the speedster Conley.
As we see Jordan Pop there pressuring that right side of the O-line, and Arrington Taylor and Jordan Johnson. That's the matchup tonight we want to focus on, is that right side of the O-line and that D tackle and Will Morgan and the D end and Jordan Pop for ACU. That's a battle in the trenches tonight as we see Jordan Pop break through that one there.
Prairie View converted on 3rd and 1 to open the game, and now faces a more challenging 3rd and 10. 6 out of 15 last week, to the sideline, caught but short, and now the flag comes in for the hit. It's caught by Holden. The hit was made and a flag is down. Expected to be on ACU's defense.
Holden getting a lot of action tonight early, and Conley throwing it again on that drive.
After the play, personal foul, late hit out of bounds, defense number 37. 15-yard penalty added in the play, automatic first down.
So the late hit out of bounds to make it first down all the way at the 21-yard line, and a great start for Prairie View A&M, and Ty Holden 3 catches on this opening drive for the Panthers.
And playing with a little bit of pace as well in this opening drive.
From the 21, off the fake, Connolly throws it incomplete. Nearest target would be Dylan Domel, the backup tight end. That looked to be pretty broken from the beginning. Second down coming up.
Prairie View looking well on this opening drive. Haven't run it a whole lot. We've seen them try that option plays a little bit more, trying to get it downfield. It's been more of an air raid offense, similar to what we see from ACU when they come up. As Conley takes a snap.
4 receivers set, and Conley off the fake. Run pass option, and he's incomplete. Looking for Jalen Howard in the middle of the field. Now another late flag is thrown right around the 20-yard line.
As we see the replay here, Conley rolls out to his right. Nothing there.
That penalty was thrown outside the numbers. See if Jeremy Tate can tell us about it.
It's going to be on Prairie View.
Yep, they'll back it up the 5 yards. And so it'll be 2nd and 15 for these Panthers, who again 40 points last week against Texas Southern. Off to a 1-0 start yet again. With these two teams colliding for the first time since 2013. On second down, it's a four-man rush, and Conley's got time. And he's going to the end zone and a perfect throw. Touchdown, Jalen Howard. Panthers strike first.
That's a great read from Conley deep in the end zone. And we see the away team strike first here again at Wildcat Stadium, as we saw last week with Lamar striking first early with those two deep balls. Prairie View on the board.
Perfect throw for the first TD for Howard this season and the first passing touchdown for Conley of the year. And now for the extra point is Luis Reyes, and he bangs it through. Prairie View A&M on the opening drive takes it all the way down the field, 75 yards, and that early 7-0 lead for these Panthers. Impressive opening drive.
Yeah, great start for Conley. Just again on that replay on the touchdown. Great read deep. Absolutely toast the defensive backs of ACU. Again, one of the keys to the game tonight for ACU is eliminating those deep play threats. And so far, Prairie View is taking advantage of the ACU secondary.
Yeah, that opening drive of the ball game for these Panthers, 75 yards. And the TD strike from Conley to Howard. Howard, the walk-on redshirt senior out of Missouri, Texas, his 6th career TD. And a 7-0 start for the visitors. And now Carlos Villagomez will kick things off for Prairie View. And back deep for Abilene Christian, Tyrese White.
ACU got to respond after that opening drive from the Panthers. A good start for Bubba McDowell and his coaching staff.
Short kick. It'll be a fair catch at the 13-yard line by Jeremiah Dobbins, and that'll move it out to the 25. So, ACU back to work for the first time tonight. Maverick McIver, the second straight start for the new Wildcat QB.
Yeah, he hadn't played since September 7th of 2018 when he was in high school until last week when he played against Lamar. Had a great start, 22 of 38, 258 yards, 2 touchdowns. A really good start for him at quarterback. He is going to look to throw it deep. This is an air raid offense for Abilene Christian, but look for him to scramble as well if he doesn't get those receivers open downfield.
This offense had scored 28 points a week ago against the Lamar Cardinals. From the 30-yard line, the drive gets started, and it begins with a backwards run for the freshman Rovon Banks Jr., taking over for the injured Anthony Smith, and it's well played up front by big number 99, Dante Carter.
And Jesse
the
Evans.
ACU offense, it's Banks again getting the start of the running back spot. Golightly, Clark, and Catalan had a huge game. And this offensive line trying to put it together. It's a young one for ACU, 2 freshmen and 3 sophomores. Second down and 13. And off the fake, McIver to the outside, a catch for Tristan Golightly across the 40. He goes for the first down and a pickup of 16.
That's a good throw for McIver to Golightly, the big target, 6'4", 205. Good route there, picking up the first down for the Wildcats.
Up to the 41-yard line for McIver and ACU, a team that is going to air raid it out. They want to get it down the field, and then they want to use that run game as well. And on the ground they go here with Banks, this freshman that they love. He gets tripped up about the 44. Kevin Victorian, the defensive end, with a tackle. He's joined up front by James Carter and McHaney, the defensive end. Linebackers are good, Johnson and Green. And then they'll play the nickel a lot. Bullmore, the DB. You got Jackson and Presley outside there, and the safeties of Turner and Brown, and you'll see Bryce Turner on special teams play well as well. 2nd and 7, McIver, time to throw, looking for the sideline, tapped in the air and nearly intercepted. It was nearly picked by Stacy Brown and Kobe Clark. The receiver really had to play defense and make that an incomplete pass.
Yeah, just on this replay here, McIver looking downfield. They're rating it out. Tries to find Clark there, almost picked off by the Panthers defense. Clark unable to come down with that one. And now Prairie View got a little bit of life on defense, and Kobe Clark doing well to play defense like you mentioned and get the ball back for ACU.
Sets up the first third down for Abilene Christian. 3rd and 7. McIver on the move, and it's short hopped in to Tristan Golightly. 1 first down, but then ACU 3 and out after that, and they will be forced to punt. This is a good start for this Prairie View defense.
It's a great start for Prairie View against an Abilene Christian team that went 9 of 18 on third downs last week and really dominated in the trenches to get those first downs against Lamar last weekend. That's a great start for the Prairie View defense, looking alive early.
Logan Burke to punt for Abilene Christian. Sends it away. Fair catch called and had about the 18-yard line by Xavier Johnson. It's a 40-yard punt. Prairie View A&M's got it, up 7-0. Back on campus at Abilene Christian University. Students filing their way over to Wildcat Stadium. 7-0 Prairie View on top here tonight after they took it 75 yards on the opening drive. And now they've got it for the second time, and they'll start from the 19-yard line. Conley went 4 for 7 on that opening drive with 65 yards. ACU shows pressure and will rush 4. Quick screen to the outside, caught and with a little bit of space, taking it near the first down, maybe a pickup of 9 or so for the receiver Xavier Johnson, the redshirt senior out of Temple, Texas. Tried to get him involved. You'll see him on special teams a lot as well. They'll give him the full 10 and the first down to the 29.
It's a great start for Conley, getting his receivers in open space. It's what you like to see if you're Bubba McDowell.
Off the fake, here's where Conley's really special, is with his legs. Rumbles to the sideline for a dozen and a first to the 42.
And like we mentioned earlier, that's what Conley is best at. As you see our impact players, Jaden Stewart and Tyron Bradley. Jaden Stewart, one of the best running backs for Prairie View A&M, had a great game last week. Tyron Bradley for ACU had 5 tackles, led the way in tackles for that ACU defense.
From the 42, first down. Prairie View trying to get that run game going to the outside. And that's a loss of a couple. Good play on the edge by Tyron Bradley, as you just mentioned, Connor. After Prairie View tried to get it to Connor Wisham, a freshman running back out of Louisiana. Loss of, call it 1, 2nd and 11. They keep Wisham out there, the running back to the right of Conley. 4-man rush, stands in and delivers high for Wisham out of the backfield. And ACU with Darius Moore, the linebacker, in coverage. Brings up 3rd and long for the East Panthers.
Darius Moore in good coverage there to force that pass out of bounds. Conley here with a 3rd and 11. It'll be interesting to see what he does here. It's a little bit too long maybe to scramble for a first down, but it would not surprise me if he's able to.
A couple of 3rd down conversions already for Prairie View. Again, they were 6 of 15 last week. Quarterback draw, and Connolly will dive close to the marker. He's got the first down into ACU territory. Another dozen yards for the Panthers. That was a design run all the way.
And we see the speed from Conley there on that quarterback draw really fast, right from the jump. He knew where he was heading. That's a great pickup.
It's a guy who, over the course of the game, he was dealing with some cramping issues. Didn't play a lot in the second half against Texas Southern. He's come out here tonight and looks fantastic. First down in plus territory. A quick handoff up the middle to Bernard Goodwater III. He technically would be listed maybe as the fourth running back, but they want to get everybody involved in the ground game for Prairie View, and he picks up 2.
A good run there for Goodwater, one of the running backs not really mentioned in that Prairie View offense when you think about Jaden Stewart, Ahmad Antoine, and Trayson Conley, not even a running back, but had 100 yards last week, one of 3 to gain over 100 yards.
2nd and 8 from the 45. Another quick handoff up the middle. It'll set up 3rd down and 6. And again, it was Goodwater, and coming up from the bottom is Bradley for Abilene Christian. As you mentioned, a leading tackler, the sophomore out of Lubbock.
Another 3rd down for the Panthers in ACU territory. To be interesting to see again what they do here. Could be another Conley keeper. We'll see what they do.
And I'm curious if ACU is going to send a blitz, as they love to do. And we have a stoppage on the field. It is a timeout call, and we have a 3rd down when we come back.
As a proud Texan, I want my family to have the best future possible, and that mission is also a part of the business I founded. At OSO, we strive to make a positive, impactful difference in the lives of our employees as well as our customers. Specifically, we want to love our neighbor as ourselves, and those values were shaped when I got my MBA from ACU.
Accelerate your career online at acu.edu.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with United Supermarkets. United Supermarkets, where we do beef the best.
Get great seats, safer, simpler, and smarter with TicketSmarter. Choose great seats from over 125,000 live events, all backed with a TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Get your tickets smarter at ticketsmarter.com.
After the timeout, Prairie View up 7-zip. They face a 3rd down and 6 at the ACU 43-yard line. Second drive for the Panthers after taking the opening drive for the TD. They give about 5 or 6 plays and then get the ball back. And so here they come again. It's a 5-wide set for Trayson Conley. He delivers the slant. First down, then maybe the yardage was given up by Holden, and it's going to come down to the spot, and it looks like he's a yard shy of the first down.
And ACU really swarmed on that one, but Conley just delivers that one on the slant route. Great wrap up by the ACU defense to hold him short of that first down.
He needed the 37. Looked like he was going to get there initially, and then maybe took a step back, and now it's 4th and 1, and it looks like Prairie View is going to go for it. They were 0 for 1 last week on 4th down attempts.
Gonna be a run here. Use your O-line to your strength.
A big, powerful offensive line that averages, as we mentioned, about 320 pounds. Timeout again for Prairie View before this 4th down and 1. So So it's their second time out of this first quarter. And you just figure, I mean, you figure this is going to be a run, but it's a decision to be made for Bubba McDowell, who's in his first year as the head coach with Prairie View.
Yeah, McDowell got a lot to think about here. You're in ACU territory, you have 4th and 1. You know you can run the ball well. You've got those depth, got the depth on the O-line to really push forward and follow your guys, but it'll be interesting to see what they do here. Conley said in the SWAC Media Day about he's trying to be a more consistent and polished passer this year, and we've seen that so far.
There's Bubba McDowell, first-year head coach for the Panthers. Takes over a team that won the division a year ago. Previous administration off to Southern, and so he takes over this Panther program, and he's got a 1-0 start, and his team's up 7-zip on the road. But 4th and 1. Too far for a field goal, too close to punt. The decision is simple. And it's a handoff up the middle. No, it's a keep for Connolly. Nice fake, and he'll take it for the first. That's zone read to perfection.
Another great zone read from Conley last week. You know, we saw similar plays like this on the zone read. He keeps it, able to get the first down for the Panthers to keep the chains moving.
Abner Dubar on the tackle, but a first down again, and Prairie View keeps on going from the 36-yard line. Back to the ground, Connolly keeps again. He can run to the outside. He goes, and he drifts out of bounds after a pickup of 9.
And we've already seen it so far. He's got a lot of speed to burn, and when he gets an open space, it's hard to bring him down. ACU able to run him out of bounds there, but a strong run from Conley.
We mentioned it briefly, but he ripped off a 70-yard TD last week, and this guy just knows how to make plays. 2nd and 1 at the 27. On the fake this time, and Tyron Bradley's all over it. Loss of 3, back to the 30.
And that's a great read by Bradley there, knowing that Conley is probably going to keep it again. Stays at home and brings the quarterback down. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 4 for the Panthers.
Boy, how good is Bradley, that sophomore defensive end. Makes a ton of plays.
He's quick to the edge on the outside. Looking good so far tonight, and looks good last week as well.
5 wide on 3rd and 4. ACU sends 6. It's a quick slant, and it's incomplete again. Looking for Holden with Moffitt, the safety in coverage. 4th down again, and another decision for Prairie View. Looks like they're going to kick it this time.
Yeah, Conley on the slant route there. Really good coverage from Moffitt against Holden to bring up a short 4th and 4.
I don't see a holder. You see a holder out there for a field goal?
Maybe number 68, the big boy out there. I'm not sure.
Well, they had someone not on the field. Running on late is Donovan White. He's going to hold it. This is a 47-yard field goal try. And a kick is blocked. It's blocked. ACU's got it. Anthony Egbo got home. Abilene Christian gets a stop defensively.
What a stop for the Wildcats. Anthony Egbo, the former walk-on for the Wildcats, broke the 2 deep this year. What a play for the junior to pick it up for the Wildcats, and it'll be 1st and 10.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, Rhea is on the kick. Egbo just right there off the jump. And that's Anderson right there on it. But what a play from Anthony Egbo to get the ball for the Wildcats. Patterson said earlier this week how he wanted his special teams to be better, and it looks like they have.
Quick throw to Kendall Catalon on the outside. He had a huge day last week for ACU in the opener against Lamar, and he rattles off for 12 here and a first.
Catalon.
Take a look at the impact players for ACU.
Impact players for ACU, we just saw him. Kendall Catalon for the Wildcats had a great game last week. in open space. He's similar to Conley and can really fly on the outside.
Well, we'll get to those impact players in just a moment. A first down at the 50 and a quick throw to the sideline for Tristan Golightly. They'll pick up 6 on first down. Now let's take a peek at the impact players. Catalan, one of them for ACU.
Catalan had a great game last week. 2 touchdowns, a double reverse touchdown run for 37 yards, a 30-yard touchdown catch. Great game for him. Pearson, the other one for the Panthers, got a pick 6 to extend their lead.
Oh, this is a delayed handoff of sorts. I wasn't sure if Banks was supposed to get it, but he does. He's tackled by Dante Carter. 3rd down and 3 coming up for ACU.
Carter has broken up a couple plays tonight on defense for the Panthers. And then Jesse Evans earlier, he's super fast on the edge for the Panthers. But Carter looking good early on that D-line.
So now, Jeremiah Dobbins, a sophomore running back out of Lubbock, Texas. He will come out here on this 3rd and 3, number 21, lined up with McIver. Clark in motion. McIver fakes. He'll keep it himself to the sideline. He's got the first down, and he's hit out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Number 1 doing it himself on the ground.
Looking like Trayson Conley here, quarterback keeper out on the edge. Picks up the first down for the Wildcats to extend the drive. Takes a shot at the end. But what a play for McIver.
Does a little bit of everything, doesn't he? Ran for negative yardage last week on 8 tries. First down throw to the seam. It's Kobe Clark down the middle to the 15-yard line. One of the all-time greats at ACU is good for 20 yards here.
Yeah, what a grab by Kobe Clark. This is why he is so good for the Wildcats and such a big threat on defense for the Panthers. Gets the reception there for the Wildcats to extend his record.
On first down, a fake to the end zone, a jump ball, and it's incomplete. Golightly couldn't come down with it. Jalen Stanford making a great play defensively there in the end zone.
Yeah, Golightly, the big target. It's so easy to utilize him on offense. Unable to come down with that one. A good ball from McIver. Gives his receiver a chance to use leverage to get that ball. But great defense from the Panthers to break that one up.
Golightly, the sophomore, the transfer from Kansas this season. That big-bodied at 6'4" receiver. 2nd down. McIver fakes, throws in the flat, plenty of room. Rumbling to the 5 and into the end zone goes Jed Castles for the Abilene Christian touchdown.
What a play from Castles there to get into the end zone. What big body, 6'7", tight end. The former 4-star out of Texas Tech. Great in open space there. Good read from McIver on the screen to get Castles into the end zone.
ACU takes advantage of the blocked field goal attempt, and now Blair Zepeda comes on for the extra point try. The kick is good. It's a 7-play, 61-yard drive in 2.5 minutes. Jed Castles, welcome to Abilene Christian, 7-7. Abilene Christian goes down the field in 7 plays, taking advantage of a blocked field goal. They turn it into their first TD of the ball game, and we are equalized at 7 apiece with 2 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Back and forth. We've seen a lot happen already in this ball game. Prairie View's had it a couple of times. ACU, nothing the first time. They go and even it up, and the Panthers ready to get it back as Blair Zepeda sends it away. And this thing goes back into the end zone, and we go back to the touchdown. Former Texas Tech kids combined for a TD.
Yeah, former Red Raider to Red Raider here. Now Wildcats for the touchdown. McIver to Castles. Castles stumbling into the end zone on that screen. Great read from McIver on the touchdown.
Nice easy flip out there for Castles, who didn't have a catch last week. Yeah, as you mentioned, redshirted after playing in 3 games last year for Texas Tech. He did make a key catch, though, for the Red Raiders last year at Iowa State. It set up a field goal as time expired. So now making an impact as a member of Abilene Christian. First down for Prairie View as they take over at the 25-yard line. And Trayzon Conley goes back to work, and he has looked really good here tonight so far. 6 for his first 11 passes. Going to throw it for the 12th time, and he quickly throws it to the edge. Incomplete, a bobble for Christian Mosley. Couldn't catch it clean, and so he couldn't keep a foot in bounds, and it's second down.
Yeah, good read from Conley. Got it into the hands of his running back there, Mosley. Just unable to hang on to that one and get his feet in bounds. Tough for the Panthers.
Yeah, by the time he caught it, he was out of bounds. Bobbled that 2 or 3 times. It's been an emphasis to throw on first down for Prairie View tonight.
We've seen a lot of that so far tonight with Conley. You know, that's something we didn't see last week. Could have been because of the bad weather conditions in Prairie View last week. But a different style offense so far for the Panthers.
Low snap here. Quick throw to the edge. Immediately tackled by Anthony Egbo is the receiver, Ty Holden. And Holden has been very busy in this first quarter.
That's his 5th catch of the game tonight, but Egbo there on defense, wrapping him up quickly. A nice tackle, again, from the junior, making plays tonight on both sides of the ball, on defense and special teams.
Already 7 targets for Holden, who didn't have a catch last week for these Panthers. Now substitutions for ACU defensively, but they're going to back this thing up to the 20-yard line after the penalty and replay second down.
Tyron Bradley back out there for the Wildcats. He's had a great game tonight, getting in the backfield and forcing Conley to make some quick throws.
After the illegal procedure, Conley is taken down in the backfield. Damian Hart, the big defensive end, gets in there. And now 3rd and long coming up.
Yeah, that O-line made the push, but Hart was able to read that one and get to the quarterback there. Able to break the block and get around for the sack. A great play from the sophomore out of Cibolo, Texas.
So now 3rd and the longest it's been so far for Prairie View tonight. 3rd and 17. They need the 35-yard line. So we tick under a minute to go in this opening quarter. Quick screen to the outside, try to get some space. They're going to get it in a lot more. All the way out across the 40. Goes Bernard Goodwater, the 3rd. Screen worked wonderfully on 3rd and 17. 24 yards.
I was unsure about this play call at first, but Goodwater able to break out into open space, get to that 2nd level. And now Dubar for the Wildcats going to have to come out of this play because his helmet came off.
Wonderful execution for Prairie View. And on first down, little hesitation and not much. Might be a loss of 1 for Goodwater.
Tristan Anderson and Christopher Simmons of Prairie View and Tristan Anderson of ACU, a little chippy there after that play.
Jack Schultz was the man who made that tackle. That's going to take us to the end of the first quarter, 7-7. Start of the second quarter here in Abilene, Texas. 7-7 ball game. WAC football here on ESPN. Zach Carlisle, Connor Mullins, and Joseph Chapa. And that ball's deflected at the line of scrimmage. And now a flag comes in at the end of the play after the quick slant from Connolly was incomplete. That thing was thrown probably 20 yards all the way from the back judge. Looked like it came from the defensive side. The flag is actually all the way out at midfield.
For pass interference to the defense, if the ball was tipped, and scrimmage down.
wave the flag. Nothing happened. 3rd down and 11 coming up.
Conley's looked good so far out of that first quarter. He goes 7-13 for 104, tripling his total from last week in that game against Texas Southern in that Labor Day Classic game. He's looked really comfortable so far passing. Not a lot of rushing yards so far for the Panthers.
They've been great on 3rd down tonight as well. Conley time to the middle. It's caught right at the marker. And the catch made by Xavier Johnson. And they're going to mark him right in front of the line to gain. 4th and a yard coming up.
A good read from Conley. He gets the pass complete. Egbo there again on the tackle. That's Johnson with the grab for the Panthers. And it's a short 4th and 1 for the Panthers.
They're going for it. They made the first down the last time on 4th down. Is this, what do we have? It's a flag is down. I think this is offside.
The ACUD line was calling false start. Looked like ACU may have jumped off sides though.
Offside. Defense number 0. Moving in neutral zone.
It could have been a free play for the Panthers.
That 5-yard penalty results
It doesn't look
in
like
the first
it's going
down.
to be.
Automatic first after the offsides on 4th and 1. The hard count from Conley. Able to get the first down.
Yeah, Conley was smart there, understanding a free play may have been available, taking that shot deep. It's going to bring up 1st and 10.
But when you have somebody who can go to the quarterback uncontested, they will throw the flag and stop the play. Incomplete on the pass to the sideline. As again, they try to get it to the back out of the backfield. This is Antoine who couldn't hang on to it. 2nd down.
And last week, ACU had 8 penalties for 63 yards. Prairie View 6 for 60 yards. I believe that's the first one of the night for the Wildcats.
Yeah, well, you know, these first couple of weeks you expect to see some type of sloppy play, but you do expect it to be cleaned up a little bit more in week 2 as opposed to week number 1. 2nd down and 10 from the 45. Connolly time to the middle, and breaking tackles is Donovan White. Kind of rumbled his way for 8. Got out of the initial tackle, and 3rd down once again coming up. This will be the 7th 3rd down attempt for Prairie View in this first half.
Yeah, good read again from Conley to get it to White, the transfer from Southern, where Eric Dooley left Prairie View to go this offseason. And White was able to break some tackles there to bring up a 3rd and 2. A good athletic move from the graduate.
Again in this no man's land where you're too far for a field goal and too close to punt it. So depending on 3rd down, this will be another interesting decision. 3rd and 2, no decision needed. 1st down, right up the middle. Ahmad Antoine takes it to the 34.
Yeah, Antoine does smart there to run between his O-line, split the line to get that 1st down, able to break that tackle off of Reese Young and pick up the first. A good athletic, physical play from the senior.
1st down at the 34. Prairie View has been incredibly efficient tonight as Connolly, time runs, steps through. Here comes the athlete, ducking around and squirting up ahead. Trayson Connolly takes it to the 31-yard line. He is really fun to watch when he's under pressure.
Yeah, Conley, when he's under pressure, he knows what to do. He gets to scramble a little bit and pick up a few yards. Never goes backwards. It's very rare that he goes backwards, able to pick up a couple yards there when it looked like he could have been tackled in the backfield.
And they just talk about that as coaches, that some of his special plays come from when the play breaks down because he is just so incredibly athletic. 2nd down and 7. Connolly to the sideline, incomplete. Boy, it looked like that was thrown pretty well. Let's go! But incomplete into the end zone. It sets up 3rd down.
Looking for Jaquan Bloomfield there. Egbo in coverage. They're really testing Egbo tonight in that ACU secondary. But Conley unable to convert on that one to Bloomfield.
Bloomfield, the transfer from Louisiana Monroe. They're going to line him up at the bottom of the screen once again. 3rd and 7. Pressure, Connolly gonna run it, and he'll take it only for a couple before he's gonna be taken down by Torrey Hargrove and Jordan Pop. And now 4th down coming up for the Panthers.
Yeah, and you see Conley there again on 3rd down, looking for somebody, unable to pick up the first. But last week in the red zone, Prairie View was 5 for 5, and they're gonna be forced to either take a field goal here, and it looks like they will.
They're gonna kick it. The last time Luis Reyes came out, it ended in a blocked kick from Anthony Egbo. This from 46 yards away. Good snap, good hold. The kick is drilled. And so Prairie View A&M goes down the field and converts with the field goal to lead it 10-7 over ACU.
Our early leaders sought a new campus on which to build a better future. Surely they could not have imagined how much their vision would grow. Today, Abilene Christian is recognized in national benchmarks for student success outcomes, research productivity, and athletic accomplishments. As we embark on next steps, we are uniquely poised to become one of the nation's premier Christian universities. We invite you to join us. We will climb higher together.
As a single mom and a full-time nursing assistant, I knew going back to school could be a challenge. But ACU made online school easy for me. From the start, I felt safe, supported, and even comforted by the faculty. With their encouragement and help, I'm getting my degree in healthcare administration and showing my girls they can overcome any obstacle and dare to achieve their dreams, just like their mom.
Pursue your undergraduate or graduate degree online at Abilene Christian University.
10-7 Prairie View A&M after a 13-play, 46-yard drive, ending with the field goal to go up 10-7, a 46-yarder from Luis Reyes. I tell you what, there's a lot to like about the way Prairie View has played here in this first half.
They've looked very efficient on offense, and on that drive, only getting 5 carries for 5 yards, something we didn't see a whole lot last week because they kept breaking tackles and getting into open space to get 370 rushing yards on the game. But a very efficient drive for the Panthers to pick up the field goal. Villa Gomez, the starter at kicker last week for the Panthers, but Reyes comes in and drills that one to take the lead.
You're talking a 3-to-1 pass-to-run ratio right now for Prairie View, which is totally flipped script that it was from last week. And Reyes is going to kick it off. Abilene Christian will get the ball in this 10-7 ball game. And from the 2, running it back, and ACU will not make the 20-yard line. Zarek Scruggs on the return.
And Scruggs there, the senior transfer from New Mexico. There is so much depth at receiver and at kick returner for the Wildcats. Scruggs, one of those guys breaking the 2 deep. Catalan starting over him. But a lot to like out of that receiver room for the Wildcats.
Meanwhile, you got Maverick McIver, who's 5 for 8 so far, 66 yards. ACU hasn't looked bad, just trying to put a full drive together, and they're going to be backed up to start this one from the 17-yard line. On the ground they go. To the right side, not much doing to get the drive started. It's Jeremiah Dobbins for Abilene Christian, and the tackle made by Troy James, the defensive tackle. Here comes ACU quickly after the pickup of 2. That hurry up, no huddle, and then they take their time getting the play from the sideline. And offensive coordinator Stephen Lee, who comes over from Division III powerhouse Mary Hardin Baylor. McIver on the move, deep shot, go lightly, goes up and gets it. Takes it inside the 40-yard line. Mark him at the 36 and a pickup of 46.
That's a great grab from Go Lightly there, and a good read from McIver. Steps up in the pocket and is able to drill that one downfield. Top Gun looking good at under center for the Wildcats to get that one to Go Lightly.
He's got a cannon for an arm, doesn't he? Go Lightly making the big play, the Kansas transfer. Now in plus territory at the 37, ACU goes back to Dobbins. Takes it to the 32, gain of 5. With Kevin Victorian on the stop for the Panthers. And now ACU brings out their third running back of the night, Tyrese White. It's a deep running back room for ACU.
I liked what I saw from Dobbins there, a guy who didn't play a lot last week. Has done well so far. White now in the backfield for the Wildcats.
And Blaine Taylor, the sophomore receiver at the bottom of the screen, number 13. Oh, low snap here. This is a broken play. McIver is going to be taken down in the backfield. That play had no chance. Keyshawn Johnson, the other Keyshawn Johnson, the linebacker, making the play.
McIver just unable to control that snap there. Prairie View does well to wrap him up in the backfield. It's going to bring up 3rd and 7 for the Wildcats. Bubba McDowell's got to like that one.
Jed Castles, who has the ACU TD, is back out on the field in this 3rd down and 7 package. ACU tonight, 1 for 2 on 3rd down. 4-man rush. McIver stands in deep to the sideline, adjusting. It is intercepted. Picked off by Gerald Smith, the corner.
McIver looking deep here for Catalan, and just a great defensive play by the Panthers to bring that one. McDowell mentioned in the SWAC Media Days how he wanted to get interceptions. A former defensive back, played in the NFL. He's got to be pleased with that one. And it was looking like AC was going to drive down the field there, and Prairie View able to get that turnover and bring it back on offense for Conley.
But just 2 guys at 5'10" going at that ball. That was just a jump ball, and Gerald Smith, the transfer from Ball State, comes up with the INT.
McIver trying to give his receiver a chance there, but the defensive back takes that one. Really good interception, but now backed up deep.
They will start at the 3-yard line with Conley and company, and he's throwing. Why not out of the end zone? It's deflected a couple of times and incomplete. Bring up 2nd down and 10. I love the aggressive nature of this Prairie View offense, not afraid to throw it.
Conley looking for Antoine there. Kirby Cohealy for the Wildcats, able to break that one up.
So now 2nd and 10 from the 3. As good as the interception is, now you have to try to figure out how to get out of the shadows of your own goalpost. Conley hit as he throws, delivers a strike. A 1st down, out across the 20. Jalen Howard, the former walk-on, redshirt senior out of Missouri, Texas, gets him out of danger to the 21.
Conley steps up in the pocket and drills that one to Howard. Another good grab from him tonight. Already has 1 for 26. Gets his 2nd reception of the night.
Boy, Conley's looked fantastic. Now on the ground and a gain of just a couple. As they try to get that ground game going. Obviously it was so impressive last week. That's Ahmad Antoine We talked about 369 yards on the ground a week ago.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of passing tonight. Conley 10 for 20 so far in this one, 140 yards and a touchdown. Looking good in the pocket, looking downfield, that O-line giving him time to throw.
2nd and 8. Another delayed handoff for this time. Antoine Sabet in the backfield. Will Morgan, the defensive tackle, making the play. Now loss and 3rd down and long, 3rd and 12 coming up for Prairie View. Halfway through this 2nd quarter.
Prairie View got an interesting situation here on the 3rd and 12 following the turnover they got. It's a big 3rd down coming up deep in ACU territory.
I mean, you figure Prairie View threw the ball 7 times as a team last week. They have 20 passing attempts from Conley here in the middle of the 2nd quarter. 3rd and 12. Time to throw. Deep to the sideline. Incomplete. Trying to go deep into ACU territory. Egbo and company in coverage as they tried to get it to Christopher Simmons, and Prairie View's going to punt.
And Patrick Jolly, the UCLA transfer, on the deflection there, able to cover that one up and bring down a 4th down for the Wildcats. A really good play.
Jolly, the junior out of Tampa, Florida. Now the punt comes. Efren Jasso, and back deep for ACU, Kendall Catalan. He'll stand at his 40. Now a flag is down.
ACU calling for a false start on that one.
Jeremy Tate will tell us here in just a moment. Guess this could have gone either way.
Trey Adams calling for the false start.
He wanted that immediately. Let's find out.
Offside. Defense number 43, moving in the neutral zone, causing an offensive player's reaction. 5-yard penalty is 4th down.
Zone offside doesn't change much there. Still 4th down and 7. Couple more yards of breathing room here for Efren Jasso, the freshman out of Houston. This was an issue last week. Prairie View only averaging about 28, 29 yards a punt. Going to need better than that tonight. Going to send a boot. Catalan's going to go from the 35, and he'll get a couple. Takes it to the 37-yard line. 43-yard punt, 2-yard return. ACU's got it. Down 3 in the 2nd quarter. Abilene Christian back to work on offense in this 10-7 ball game. Prairie View in front of ACU, 39-yard line for Maverick McIver. Quick throw and catch. It's Kendall Catalan who's in space, and he takes it all the way to the 41-yard line and a gain of 20. Well, how about earlier this week? That's the head coach of Abilene Christian. Just handing out pizzas on campus in front of the renovation Coliseum. Why not? You know, get the community involved, and everybody likes pizza. First down at the 41 for Abilene Christian as McIver and company after the quick slant to Catalan. Now some space to run. Rovon Banks will take it to the 25, but we got Laundry on the field to pick up a 16, but let's check the flag. They're backing it up.
Holding. Offense number 81, 10-yard penalty. It's 1st down.
It is a hold against ACU. It's on Noah Caldwell, the tight end.
A couple of good plays from ACU, though, out in open space. Just a shame from Banks there that it's got to be backed up. Prairie View's going to be happy with that one, though, after the long run from the freshman.
Even game, really, for the most part. ACU's got that turnover, the first interception of the career for Maverick McIver. But then outside of that, both teams have mixed it up, run and pass, and there's been a lot of good moments from both offenses here in the half. Just inside the 50 now after the penalty on 1st and 20. And ACU will try to get about half the penalty yardage back. taking it to the 46-yard line.
Helmet came off on Banks. Second one of the night for the Wildcats. Banks got to come out on this play. Dobbins comes in.
And Jed Castles, the other tight end, will be into this formation as well after the gain of 5. So 2nd down and 15. And penalties were an issue last week for ACU. They had to overcome them in plus territory. Ended up missing a few field goals after some of those penalties. Deep shot here. Looking for Golightly, incomplete. Overshot his big 6'4" receiver. And 3rd and long coming up for ACU.
We saw this earlier from McIver to Golightly deep downfield. McIver steps up in the pocket there looking for Golightly, just a little bit too far out in front and a little too much air under that ball to get it to Golightly.
3rd and 15. ACU tonight, 1 for 3 on 3rd down. ACU last week was 50%, 9 for 18. 4-man rush. McIver quickly to the outside. It's picked off. Intercepted and nearly taken it to the house was Gerald Smith. He's got 2 of them tonight. Look what I found.
Yeah, McIver just didn't connect with this receiver there, but a great play from Prairie View to pick that one off and jump the route and grab that one. I believe that's Tylen Williams for the Wildcats getting the tackle to prevent the pick 6, but a great play from the Panthers to get their 2nd turnover of the night.
Well, if Talon Smith doesn't make that tackle, that's a very easy pick 6 for Prairie View. So Smith has 2 of them now tonight. Ball State transfer with 2 INTs in the last 2 possessions defensively for these Panthers. It sets up shop near midfield. The 44 for Conley. He's got all day to throw. Down the middle and incomplete. Looked like he threw it just a little behind Xavier
Mike check,
Johnson.
1, 2, 3.
But he had him open there at about the 30.
ACU catches a break there on defense. Conley had all day to throw because of his great O-line. Looking deep downfield. The receiver just unable to come up with that one. ACU got bailed out. Really lucky on that one. Now it's just 2nd and 10.
2nd down and 10 at the 44. Time to throw again. Conley going again deep and is intercepted. My goodness, what a play from Abner Dubar, the safety.
And what a play for the Wildcats. Conley looking downfield again, not afraid to throw it deep. Dubar comes up with that one, the Minnesota transfer. A back and forth game now here in this 2nd quarter. A lot of turnovers happening back to back.
How athletic are these players in the secondary for both of these teams? That's 3 interceptions tonight combined. But how about Abner Dubar, the redshirt freshman, returning to his home state of Texas after spending last year with the Minnesota Golden Gophers. ACU takes over now after the INT from the 13. Boy, we've had a lot going on here in this first half. ACU to the ground. Rovon Banks back out there, the really impressive freshman. He'll take it for about 3.
It's been a big defensive battle so far. Quarterbacks testing the secondaries of both teams, but ACU goes to the ground there on 1st down with Banks able to pick up 4. Just a really big defensive battle, especially in the secondary.
We've only seen about 60 total rush yards, so neither team's been able to really get that going tonight. Gain of 4 for ACU. They go right back to the ground. Banks again. Rustled across the 20-yard line.
And that's a strong push on the left side from left tackle Reese Moore to give Banks that hole to pick up those yards. Reese Moore, the preseason all-WAC selection. 3rd and 2 for the Wildcats.
3rd and short. At the 21-yard line, 2 runs so far for Abilene Christian. So we're under 4 minutes to go until halftime, and here is a delayed handoff and a powerful run. Good blocking up front for ACU. They're going to get the first. as they run it on the ground with Malachi Medlock, the freshman out of Duncanville, Texas.
The former 3-star recruit able to pick up the first down there. Didn't see a whole lot of game time last week. Comes in there and picks up a huge third down conversion for ACU.
Wildcats try to go quickly as we approach 3 minutes to go until the halftime break. McIver on the fake. Time to throw it, and the completion to Colt Cooper, the redshirt freshman tight end. Redshirted a year ago for ACU. He's got 10 and a first.
Yeah, AC rolls out on that one with McIver. They got Caldwell and Cooper out in space. Able to connect with Cooper there, and a good ankle tackle from the Panthers. Played that one smartly.
From the 38-yard line. McIver, time to throw, late pressure, is going to get it out into the flat, and it's a loss as they get it right back to Medlock. Good play defensively for Prairie View.
Prairie View able to wrap that one up. They read the play that McIver was trying to run in the flats there and get a TFL.
4-yard loss, second down and 14 now. So we tick towards 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Just a 3-man rush. McIver time. Gonna run up and throw to Kobe Clark. He's got it into Prairie View territory and then comes back on the ACU side. But he's got the first down and a gain of 16 up near midfield.
And Mr. Clark once again coming up with the grab tonight. His second of the game, continuing to climb the record books. That's a good throw for McIver there to pick up the first down to Clark again, showing why he has the best hands at this ACU program.
So Clark needs 2 catches now to tie Taylor Gabriel for second all-time in ACU history. A throw near the marker, no, incomplete. Too low for Catalan that time with 1:39 to go, second down.
McIver just a little bit short on that throw there, unable to connect with Catalan. But a good route from Catalan there to stop and go.
Second and 10, right at the 49-yard line. Prairie View brings 3. McIver to the outside, a catch, an immediate hit. Castles with a catch. But the hit right there for Travion Green, the linebacker for Prairie View. 3rd and 10 now, 3rd and 9 rather, coming up for ACU.
Yeah, Green, one of the big-time linebackers for Prairie View. He said that this team is family-oriented prior to this year and gets the big stop there.
3rd and 9 from the 50. So we approach a minute to go. McIver stands in, looking for Golightly, incomplete. There's the flag. They were looking for interference, and they're going to get it. In coverage, Jamias Presley, the corner.
15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Interference on Prairie View A&M. Take a look.
Both number 4 cornerbacks for both sides, Presley of the Panthers and Egbo of the Wildcats, being tested tonight. Presley just comes up unfortunate there on Golightly and gets the pass interference.
Moves it to the 35-yard line and a first down now as we tick towards a minute to go in the half. 10-7 Prairie View. 4-man rush, McIver stepping up, trying to make something happen with his legs. Will he get to the sideline? Yes, he will. Keyshawn Johnson getting down towards his legs. It's a loss of 1.
Looked like a broken play there from the Wildcats. Panthers able to pick up on it. And Johnson able to stop McIver before he's able to scramble with his legs. It's a 2nd and 11 now.
You at least want to get into field goal range here if you're ACU for Zepeda. 4-man rush, McIver, middle, he's intercepted! 3rd INT of the half. On the return, Warren Schenkel, the linebacker, and Prairie View's in business again. 3rd pick for the Panthers in the first half.
McIver looked to thread the needle there, but Schenkel able to pick that one up for the Panthers to get the 3rd pick of the night on defense. They are really winning that turnover battle right now against the Wildcats. A back and forth quarter with turnovers.
Pick them up and put them down, big fella, on that return. Warren Schenkel, the junior out of Pearland, Texas. His first career interception sets up shop for the Panthers at the 50.
Schenkel had 6 tackles last week, one of 3 to get 6 tackles, and a great play there.
47 seconds, quick throw to the outside and a completion to Goodwater. Try to get yardage out of this, and now Prairie View has at least a field goal in their mind before halftime.
Prairie View's got the momentum right now heading into this first half. Looking to get in field goal range or maybe score. They got plenty of time.
46-yard line, 44 seconds and 1 timeout for Prairie View. Connolly to throw, looks to the sideline, he got it. Perfect throw to Jalen Howard to the 26-yard line. In field goal range now.
Prairie View moving quickly, and a good strike from Conley to move the chains to hopefully end this half with the score.
Big time throw and catch down the sideline. And now we're under 30 seconds to go. Conley, 4-man rush, and down he goes. Jack Schultz with a huge sack. And now a flag is down as well at the 30-yard line. If it stands, it's all the way back outside the 35. But let's check the penalty first. A lot to sort out here. $20 seconds left. Prairie View's got 1 timeout. Right now it's a sack.
It's a strong play from Schultz. Just a few seconds left on the clock. Let's see what the call is.
75. That penalty's declined. Second down.
Decline the hold, take the sack to make it second down. So that backs it out to the 36. It's 2nd and 20. And from here, you're talking about a 54-yard field goal, 53-yarder. And so now Prairie View's got some work to do to get some yards back. 20 seconds, 1 timeout. Conley, he's going to run, flag down again as he takes it inside the 30. And another marker, and this looks like another hold on the Panthers.
Yeah, Tyron Bradley for the Wildcats calling for the hold there. But Conley able to scramble out. We'll see what the call is again.
If it's a hold, I imagine they accept it this time. Let's find out. Just 13 seconds to go until halftime. Well, they want Keith Patterson's opinion on this. So do you take the yardage? Do you redo the down? To me, I mean, you would take the yardage. If you decline the penalty, you get the yards that Conley got on the run. So I imagine they'll accept this. We shall see. So this was on a 2nd down and 20 run. What's the ultimatum? Jeremy Tate.
Holding. Offense number 69. 10-yard penalty. It's 2nd down.
As we figured they would do. Because now you're well out of field goal range. This is a wild end to this first half.
Now it's a 2nd and 30, makes it even more difficult with 13 seconds left on the clock. You got time for 2 plays.
Yeah, your average 2nd and 30 play call right here for Trayson Conley. 5 wide, 3-man rush, and he wants a deep ball. He is going down the sideline, incomplete. Nearly intercepted, going for Bloomfield at ACU. Wonderful coverage from Patrick Jolly. He's been active here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, Jolly looking good in the secondary for the Wildcats. Could become more of a playmaker in that secondary for the Wildcats. Able to break that one up with just a few seconds left in this first half.
So you figure probably a similar type of play coming here for Prairie View, a Hail Mary of sorts. ACU's actually going to put a lot of guys at the goal line. It's off of your screen right here, but ACU's got about 4 players standing at the 10, and now a timeout called by Abilene Christian.
And for Bubba McDowell right now, I'm not sure what you do. You know, you got a 3rd and 30 coming up. We'll see what happens.
We're going to have it when we come back. Just 6 seconds to go here in the first half. On the run, and it is a, do they get the timeout? There's 1 second. They're going to get a timeout. This is insane. Reminds me of the end of the Cowboys-Niners playoff game last year. Just the quick run, and then the slide, and now the timeout, and we're going to a commercial break. One more play when we come back. Well, we have a stoppage, and Abilene Christian's going to try to ice the kicker. We've had a lot of breaks here. Let's explain what's happened. So ACU was driving, throws an interception, and now Prairie View, with less than a minute, tries to figure out if they can get some points before halftime. Well, they get down the field, a really nice throw down the sideline, and they're in field goal range, and then penalties back them up. A couple of holding calls in a row, then a sack and all of that, and they're all the way out in your midfield with just 6 seconds. Well, then a couple of breaks ago, there was a designed run for Goodwater, the running back, Bernard Goodwater. He takes his 16 yards in the blink of an eye to the 30-yard line. Prairie View immediately calls timeout to try to get one more play with 1 second, and that's exactly what they are going to do. So now it's Luis Reyes from 47 yards to try to add to the lead before halftime. Good snap, good hold. The kick is good. An incredible conversion at the end of the half there for Prairie View A&M. That was a wild half. We'll break it all down. 13-7, Prairie View A&M, halftime coming up. Halftime, 13-7, Prairie View A&M converting that field goal there at the end of the second quarter to take a 6-point lead here into the locker room as we say welcome upstairs, everybody. Zach Carlisle along with Connor Mullins. I don't know if I expected a defensive-oriented first half, but that's exactly what we got.
Yeah, big turnover battle going on right now between both teams. ACU able to score, but 3 interceptions from Maverick McIver in that first half.
How impressive was Prairie View defensively? They really mixed and matched what they wanted to do. ACU had the 1 touchdown drive after the blocked field goal, but that was it for the Wildcat offense.
ACU really testing that Prairie View secondary. Prairie View doing well so far. They're winning that battle, and they get the lead at halftime.
Yeah, 13-7 after the field goal there as the clock hit zeros for Prairie View A&M. Well, let's talk about Abilene Christian and their first-year head coach, Keith Patterson. ACUTV's and our sideline reporter tonight, Joseph Chapa, had a chance to catch up with the ACU head man.
Head football coach of the Abilene Christian Wildcats. Is there a difference in sitting in that position for the first time and realizing I'm in charge of all of this?
No, there's really not a difference in my opinion. I'm just dealing with different things than what I've done in the past. Obviously, from a defensive perspective to now the big picture in all 3 phases of the game and managing people.
Not only have you and your staff built a team with high-profile and experienced recruits via the transfer portal, but you all have also inherited some key returning players. How have you made the returning players feel excited about the difference in the program and the new players feel at home?
Well, I think if you ask any of the returning players, I think all of them will attest to things are different from the way we do everything. I mean, practice, meetings, expectations. So we've tried to, again, get young men to become like-minded. And, you know, when you show the young men who came back the difference, then that in their buy-in it just gets higher. Then you got to take the young men and you got to have that foundation of character and discipline and toughness to bring them into our program, our foundation, and you get them to buy into that, and then all of a sudden you start to mold them into a team.
Well, Coach, let's talk about the impact that you have. How has your faith-based philosophy influenced who your players are as student athletes, and how can that guidance help them perform on the field?
Well, I got into coaching to make a difference in the lives of people, and it's always been more than just about X's and O's. You know, we want these young men to grow up to be good husbands, good fathers, and you know, productive citizens in their communities, and we continually pour into those guys, and we want to see them go on and be successful.
What should the university and its fans expect from your football team this season?
Well, I think number one, I mean, we want to put a product on the field that everyone's proud of. We want to represent not only this great university, but the city of Abilene, big country. And I think it just stems from, when you watch us play, I think you're going to see a team that represents this region of the state of Texas. I mean, you got to be tough, okay? You got to be disciplined. And we want to do, and if you do that and you play a brand of football where you play the game the way it's supposed to be played, you know, tough, hard-nosed, disciplined, sound, exciting, explosive, all those things are what we want to become. And when people watch that, we hope that's what they see.
Well, gentlemen, one of the things that Keith Patterson and Bubba McDowell have in common is that both were defensive coaches prior to their head coaching debut this season. But what separates McDowell is that he had a remarkable stint in the NFL as a defensive back for the Houston Oilers, leading them to 5 consecutive winning seasons, and also making a name for himself in the community by being the Houston Oilers Man of the Year winner in 1994. The winning mentality on and off the field made McDowell a perfect candidate for the Panthers coaching job this season. Gentlemen, back to you.
Joseph, thank you very much. That's a great piece on Bubba McDowell, who is off to a good start with Prairie View, the big win last week. And now a 13-7 lead at halftime this week on the road at Abilene Christian. As we take a look at these numbers here, fairly even for the most part. It's just been a very defensive-oriented first half.
Both programs really testing the secondaries of both teams. They're just giving their receivers a chance to go up and grab that ball. Prairie View winning that battle right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So right now, 13-7, just 20 points. What does the second half have for us? We'll find out in a moment. Second half ready to go. A peek behind the curtain. Hutton Harris, Tom Searle, and the gang, student-run ACUTV crew running our show here tonight as we get ready for the third quarter. Zach Carlisle, Connor Mullins, Joseph Chapa, and the gang. It's WAC football on ESPN. So 13-7, a lot of defense, a lot of turnovers, a lot of crazy. Prairie View's going to send it to ACU to start this third quarter. What do you need to see from Abilene Christian on this opening drive?
Well, McIver gets a chance to kind of redeem himself after a little bit of an ugly first half. You know, he tried to test those balls downfield, and then he threw that laser straight to the linebacker of Prairie View. McIver's got a chance to redeem himself. Prairie View just got to keep doing what they are doing on defense. Keep playing physical, keep winning those battles in the secondary, and they're going to be fine.
Away we go with the second half tonight. Abilene Christian will let that go through the back of the end zone for the touchback. And so, McIver, yeah, we talk about 11 out of 19, $151, but the 3 interceptions, completing 58% of his passes. I don't expect this thing to slow down, though. I still expect ACU to try to go down the field through the air.
They're going to keep testing those secondary players for Prairie View. Golightly was the main target in that first half with 6 targets, 3 receptions. Look for him to be downfield and McIver to try to set him up and get leverage on those DBs.
ACU to get started. They're going to dump it off to Kendall Catalana in the flat, and Abilene Christian would love to see him get going as well. Just a couple of catches for 20 yards in the first half. They want to get their speedster involved.
Yeah, Catalan had a great first week with 2 touchdowns, a 37-yard touchdown run, and a 30-yard grab. Gets going there after a little bit of a slow first half for him.
Gain of 3 on the play. Takes it to the 28-yard line. And off the fake, McIver's got time, looks to the outside for Golightly. That looked like one of those run-pass options, and it is incomplete. Third down coming up.
Yeah, and on the RPO, they're looking for Golightly. We saw it a lot in that first half. Prairie View plays the defense well and able to pick up on the RPO.
That's the 7th target for Golightly. He's got 3 grabs for 63 yards. The second half's first third down. ACU in that first half just 2 for 5 on this down. It's 3rd and 7. 4-man rush. McIver trying to set up a screen, it appears, and it's knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Boy, there was a couple of them there. Troy James and Desmond Obie in there as well. That's a 3 and out for ACU.
Yeah, ACU, a rough start there. Prairie View, great start to that second half. And James again in there for the Panthers.
I'll tell you what, Dan Lemke, the defensive backs coach for Prairie View A&M's got to be thrilled with the way his secondary and the way this defense has played. The defensive coordinator, Todd Middleton, for Prairie View A&M as well. That side of the ball is on fire for these Panthers. Logan Burke will punt it. It's a fair catch. Well, I thought it was a fair catch. Yeah, it is at the 25-yard line. That's where it will be for Xavier Johnson. And so now this Prairie View offense will take over, but we have a flag first on the punt.
There's no foul for holding on the play. It's first down, Prairie View.
Lightning quick 3 and out. Prairie View's offense will take over as we're just into this third quarter. Panthers have it up 6 when we come back.
As a proud Texan, I want my family to have the best future possible, and that mission is also a part of the business I founded. At OSO, we strive to make a positive, impactful difference in the lives of our employees as well as our customers. Specifically, we want to love our neighbor as ourselves, and those values were shaped when I got my MBA from ACU.
Accelerate your career online at acu.edu.
The best tailgates start with the best beef. And the best beef starts with United Supermarkets. United Supermarkets, where we do beef the best.
Get great seats, safer, simpler, and smarter with TicketSmarter. Choose great seats from over 125,000 live events, all backed with a TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Get your tickets smarter at ticketsmarter.com.
So after ACU goes 3 and out, Prairie View A&M takes over at the 25-yard line. And Trayzon Conley and company, who Conley went 12 for 26 in this first half with 164 yards, a TD, and an interception. First drive for Prairie View in the third. Starting at the 25 and on the ground they go, just a couple of yards for these Panthers. Well, just across from Wildcat Stadium is the brand new Moody Coliseum. Renovated it after it opened in 1968. The renovation started about November of 2020, comes to an end, and they are ready to go. Next Tuesday, the first event in that building will be volleyball. We'll have it for you here on ESPN+. And then the basketball teams in the winter take over at the brand new Moody Coliseum. Second down for Prairie View, and up the middle they go again, trying to get that ground game going. Not a lot on the ground in the first half for the Panthers.
Yeah, if you had told me that Prairie View was only going to have 48 rushing yards right now in this game, I would have called you crazy, because last week they had 369 rushing yards, but a slow start really for both teams on offense in that first half. Prairie View really relying on the passing game tonight, which we didn't see last week.
Prairie View third downs in the first half, 4 for 10. And they will face a 3rd down and 4 here to get the third quarter underway. From the 31-yard line, ACU rushes 4. Conley steps up, down he goes. Will Morgan. Abilene Christian gets a 3 and out on defense. Prairie View will punt.
Yeah, ECU showed blitz there, and they do really well on that 3rd down to trap Conley inside. Will Morgan, the big defensive tackle, 305 junior out of Forney, Texas, able to bring him down. That's a 3 and out for Prairie View as well.
Defense is continuing to shine here tonight. Efren Jasso's going to punt it for Prairie View. Catalan back deep for ACU. High spiral, Catalan all the way back to the 23, 51-yard punt, and Catalan will bang across the 25-yard line. Well, let's talk about some adjustments here. You put together some keys to the game here to start this ball game. What do you want to see from both of these teams here in the second half after what you've seen in the first 30 minutes?
Well, my keys to the game originally, ACU was supposed to continue to effectively convert on 3rd downs. They've gone 2 of 5 so far tonight in that first half. Eliminate the deep play threats and play physical defense. They've not really done that so far tonight. You know, Prairie View taking the lead so far, and then for Prairie View, win the turnover battle. They've done that so far tonight. Played really well on defense last week, and then established and stopped the run for Prairie View, and they've done that so far.
And they're going to do a pretty good job of that here again. A 3-yard pickup for Abilene Christian on the ground. No Anthony Smith tonight. He's out with the injury, so it's been a combination of Banks and Dobbins for the most part. Saw a little bit of Medlock as well. But ACU just a couple of yards on 1st down, 2nd down, and 7 coming up for these Wildcats. From the 30-yard line. Off the fake, MacGyver. They've rolled the pocket a lot tonight. Noah Caldwell, the tight end, is going to be knocked down after a gain of just a couple. The tackle made by Gerald Smith, who's had a huge night. Couple of interceptions for the corner for the Panthers.
ACU looking to take the pressure off the offensive line there to get Caldwell out in open space. Pick up a couple there. Wildcats have done that a few times tonight, as we've seen, with their tight ends.
Another 3rd down. I feel like we've had a ton of 3rd downs, really, for both sides tonight. In fact, this is going to be the 18th 3rd down attempt. MacGyver's under pressure, running for his life. He's all the way back at the 5-yard line. He's going to chuck it out of bounds. A ton of pressure on MacGyver, and another 3 and out for ACU.
Yeah, that ACU offensive line just had a breakdown there, but Prairie View defensive line, they are winning this game in the trenches right now, as we just saw on that drive. MacGyver rolling out on the play before, trying to relieve the pressure off the O-line, as we see right here. MacGyver just scrambling around, looking for anybody open. Just has to chuck that one away, and that's another 3 and out for the Wildcats.
How about the pressure put on by Desmond Obie and Stephen Thomas as well? I mean, impressive to watch for Prairie View A&M. Logan Burke will punt it. Gets it away. It's going to bounce down, and now a flag out on the recovery. Johnson goes nowhere. It is a 43-yard punt. But we got a penalty to take a look at first. It's on the Abilene Christian sideline. So we'll see what the flag is. Jeremy Tate, our referee, he's been busy tonight. on the microphone. They've had a lot of discussions tonight to discuss the penalties.
I believe that's the 10th penalty of this game.
The verdict?
During the kick, holding, receiving team number 31, 10-yard penalty for the end of the kick is first down, Prairie View. Timeout on the field.
Prairie View's got it after the penalty, up 6 with the ball, third quarter in Abilene, Texas. Defensive battle, 13-7, Prairie View, ACU, SWAC, and whack. What else can I say to prelude this game? 13-7, just 20 points, and less than 400 yards of total offense tonight. Here is a handoff for the Panthers. Oh, how about that? There is a lot of daylight. There's also a flag down. All the way into ACU territory goes Connor Wisham. But this is probably 99%, my guess is this is coming back.
I was just talking about before the break how I haven't seen a lot of Jaden Stewart and other guys tonight, and they break free on that one and get
Holding.
a big run.
Offense number 10, 10-yard penalty is first down.
Reason he got a big run.
Yeah, there was a hold there. That's a huge run, and now it's going to be coming back.
You were talking about penalties while we were on during a commercial break and how important that's been and how big that's been for Prairie View. That's going to back them up inside the 15-yard line.
It's the 7th penalty of the night for the Panthers. They've just struggled tonight with penalties. ACU's got 4 as well coming into tonight. Prairie View had 6 last week. ACU had 8.
So
they've struggled tonight.
The penalty, the reason it's 1st and 14, the penalty happened 4 yards downfield. It's a spot foul. So they back it up 10 yards from where the penalty happened, which makes it 1st and 14. Flipping it to the outside, they'll get the penalty yardage back and then some as they get it into the hands of Connor Wisham, who just rumbled down the sideline for a run that didn't count. 2nd down, 5 coming up.
Good play there from Colin just to get quick yardage and a quick route.
2nd and 5, time for Connolly. Now it runs out. He is special on the outside. A ton of room to the 40-yard line. Not only do they recover on the penalty yardage, but he rumbles for 19 and a first.
A big-time run from Conley. That's his bread and butter. Getting to the outside, making defenders miss. Those defensive tackles of ACU unable to catch up. Making the read, making the quick read, gets to the outside, gets to that second level and picks up the first down. That is what Conley does for the Panthers.
3 receivers to the top here as Prairie View tries to go quickly with offensive coordinator Mark Frederick relaying the play calls. Zone read off to the left side to go with Bernard Goodwater. He'll rumble for about 7 as they try to get this run game going. Elijah Moffitt on the stop.
Goodwater's been the guy for the Panthers tonight. Gets his 5th carry of the game. A good zone read from McDowell and company. Goodwater able to get a few yards on that one. That's a good pickup.
He really held that ball in Goodwater's gut for quite some time. That's a great fake and a great design for Conley, well executed. 7-yard gain, back to the ground again, back to Goodwater, and here they are starting to make some holes up front into ACU territory they go.
That offensive line for Prairie View doing a really good job tonight with Eric Dunn, Colby Lewis, Chance Jones, Arrington Taylor, and Jordan Johnson. We mentioned it before, but the average weight of that offensive line, 320, average height's 6'4".
Well, they got Arrington Taylor. You talked about that right guard, preseason 2nd team all SWAC. That time they ran through the left side, and Colby Lewis got a huge push up front. First down in plus territory at the 46. Good drive for Prairie View. 4 plays, 38 yards so far on first down. Back to the ground. Goodwater's been the workhorse on the drive. He'll take it for 2 more. Jordan Pop, Tyron Bradley in on the stop for ACU.
And it's ground and pound right now for the Panthers. in this third quarter. They're just trying to wear that ACU defensive line down. So far, it's been working.
Try to use a little clock halfway through quarter number 3 tonight.
McDowell's offense looking good.
2-yard gain on first down. Run it again, why not? It's worked. Plenty of room to the sideline. And out of bounds goes Ahmad Antoine. He'll take it to the 27, 17 yards on the ground.
And Ahmad Antoine gets to the outside there, that right side of the O-line, gets a big push and opens that hole on the right side for Antoine to just run into space. Nobody there to cover for Abilene Christian. That's a really strong run from Antoine, the speedy back for the Panthers. Goodwater, that in between the lines guy.
To the 27-yard line now. This drive began with a holding call on a huge run for Prairie View A&M, and they continue to go down the field very well. Another run. It has worked wonderfully. Antoine, if he could have escaped, he had some daylight, but it's a great tackle for ACU. And Patrick Jolly, who has had a nice night at the defensive back spot.
Antoine again on that play. Nothing there. But again, when he gets to the outside, that's where he does his best. Just can't convert, but in between the lines.
So a loss of 1. The setup, second down and 11. 4-man rush, quick throw to the outside. It's Antoine again. The running backs have really taken over the drive on the ground and through the air. Pick up about 4. It sets up third and pretty manageable. 3rd and 4 coming up here. In field goal range is Prairie View.
Darius Moore there on the tackle. Really physical tackle as well, pushing him out of bounds. It's Antoine once again.
Prairie View 4 for 11 on 3rd down tonight. Feels like a pretty big play in this 13-7 game. They're going to hand it off. Long way to go, and I don't know, they got to the line of scrimmage. They went back to Wisham. ACU gets a big 3rd down stop, and now a decision for Prairie View.
Patrick Jolly's been huge for the Wildcats tonight. That's a big stop on 3rd down. They knew what the Panthers were going to do. They hand it off. Wildcats stop them. That's a good stop.
Well, it looked like they were running it because they knew they were going to go for it on 4th down, and that's exactly what these Panthers are going to do from the 22-yard line. They need 5 yards on 4th down, up 6. Conley's going to throw. He's going to the end zone, incomplete. Jolly again defensively, looking for Jalen Howard, and it's a turnover on downs.
That's a good play from Jolly once again. Been very active tonight. Conley taking the shot to the end zone, unable to convert, gives his receiver a chance. Jolly wins the battle, and now it's Abilene Christian ball.
The all-important play of turning around as the defender so that there's no penalty. It's a phenomenal play defensively, and Abilene Christian is going to take over. We'll go back to the decision in just a moment. I got a question for you about it. But ACU takes over at the 22. McIver looking to go to the air. Now he's flushed out on the run and incomplete, looking for Tristan Golightly. Are you surprised that Prairie View did not go for the field goal to try to go up by 9 points?
Well, their kicker's been very efficient tonight, you know, and Luis Reyes, he's gotten a couple field goals. I would expect them to take that there, you know, to extend their lead to 9. It's a risky call, you know, to go for it on 4th down. Take the shot, doesn't pay off in the end.
4th and 1, maybe. You know, but 4th and 5
right.
is a big, big difference.
And it was a long 5.
You're right, for sure. And so, decision doesn't work for Prairie View. ACU on the handoff, Rovon Banks Jr., the freshman. out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, gets it to the 25-yard line. But ACU, it feels like they've been in a lot of 3rd and longs tonight. They're not staying what's called ahead of the chains, where you pick up 3, 4, 5 yards on 1st and 2nd down.
This is their 8th third down of the game tonight coming up. They did really well last week. They were 9 of 18 on 3rd downs. So far tonight, just 2 for 7. We'll see what they do here on 3rd down. A big play coming up for the Wildcats.
From the 25, McIver is under pressure. He's got to take off, and he's just got a long way to go. He's going to get as much out of that as possible. He'll get 6 on 3rd and 7, and so this should be a 3 and out for ACU.
We look at the replay here, McIver just seeing nothing. It looked a little bit uncomfortable and hesitated a little bit. Gets close to that 1st down marker. Prairie View does a good job of stopping him just short.
Wow, I wasn't sure if ACU was going to go for it. They just now are bringing their offense off the field. They will indeed punt. Just a yard shy of the 1st down, but Logan Burke will come out to send it away. Nearly got home to Prairie View. It is a fair catch at the 26-yard line. 44-yard punt. These defenses continue to do their thing. 13-7, Panthers in front.
The community at ACUTV is exceptional. I think it's what really sets it apart from other universities and other organizations just on ACU's campus.
Working at ACUTV, I have gotten so much great experience in all different aspects, whether that was just taking on leadership roles or just learning new things and really just jumping in and being hands-on with equipment.
So the first time I walked in here, I was a high school senior, but I walked in and I was blown away by the production and the level of production ACU was putting on. And so to see the amount of effort being poured into a sporting event at ACU on ESPN was huge. And so to see that as a high school senior sold it for me. I was like, yes, I'm going to be at ACU because this is where I want to be. This is where I can excel.
Coming to college and to know that you're making content for ESPN, that's unreal for students to come in and be able to get hands-on experience that quickly. It's a blessing.
I would have never thought that I would be doing the things I'm doing now. If you said I was going to be on ESPN Plus and working with professional reporters and seeing all the stuff that goes into that, I would have called you crazy because I didn't think that freshmen got that opportunity. But here at ACU, everyone gets that opportunity, and it's awesome. And I think that's what sets us apart from other universities. At a young age, we allow people to get that experience, and you only get better from there.
Really not a lot of students across the world get to be able to do what we do here at ACU. If you want to be a journalism major, you want to be in sports broadcasting, this is the place for you. But you get the tools of what it's going to be like. You know, you want to work in Fox Sports, ESPN, those major networks one day, this is where you translate it. This is where you get that exact same experience. This is first class.
Defenses, and in particular the Prairie View defense, continues to shine. We talked about it off camera here, but I've been impressed with what Prairie View's done defensively, holding ACU to under 200 yards of total offense.
And they did the same thing last week against Texas Southern, holding them to under 170 yards on the day, and they almost blocked that punt on that last punt, unable to do it there.
Hand off, and they have, these Panthers have made a very concerted effort to run the ball here in the third quarter. That's Goodwater taking it for 3 more yards.
Again, establishing and stopping the run, and that's what they've done all night here at ACU. And Goodwater comes out now. He's had a good game tonight.
3-yard pickup, set up 2nd down and 7. Not as much throwing from Conley here in the third quarter. They go back to the ground again, and it has been a lot of Connor Wisham. We talked about it. Jaden Stewart we have hardly seen here in this ball game for Prairie View. It's been a lot of Antoine and Goodwater for sure, and then along with this freshman out of Louisiana, Connor Wisham.
Yeah, Wisham's done really well tonight in Stewart's absence, but also Christian Mosley for Prairie View A&M. Haven't seen a lot of him tonight. But Wisham, the freshman out of Zachary, Louisiana, he's looked good so far.
3rd and a yard.
It's a big play for ACU.
Under a minute and a half to go in the 3rd. On the ground. Didn't get it initially. The push isn't going to get there. Abilene Christian up front makes another play. It was Antoine with a carry, and ACU is all over it.
And Tyron Bradley was all over that play there. Again, rocking the baby, like he said after that play. Just breaks that play up. Able to get there right off the jump on Antoine. And ACU able to push him back and get the 3rd down stop.
He's an impressive sophomore out of Lubbock, Texas.
He's been very active so far tonight and last week as well.
So the punt comes for Jasso, the freshman out of Houston. Prairie View decides to boot it away. Catalan back deep. I don't know that Prairie View got this off in time. This might be a delay of game.
Prior to the snap, delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
So instead of from the 37, they'll kick it from the 32.
Tyron Bradley tonight has 9 tackles, 2 solo, 2 TFLs, and a quarterback hurry. He's been a star on defense for the Wildcats.
A little bit of everything on that defensive side at the DN spot. ACU is bringing a whole bunch here. Again, it's Catalan back deep for the Wildcats to return it. It's a low kick. It's going to bounce around. Catalan from the 20. 48-yard punt on the return. He'll take it out across the 30-yard line. 15 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. No change to our scoreboard here in the 3rd. The defenses continue to shine.
Yeah, ACU's defense doing really well there. Tyron Bradley really breaking it up on that 3rd down and 1. Now ACU gets a chance to come back and maybe take the lead, maybe heading into this 4th quarter.
From the 30, Abilene Christian still under 200 yards of total offense tonight. 191 for the game. Just 36 on the ground.
It's looked uncomfortable so far tonight.
To the ground they go. Good start. Jeremiah Dobbins takes it out across the 45. Pick up a 15. Good chunk for Dobbins, and the clock will run, and that'll take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. The score: Prairie View A&M 13, Abilene Christian 7. WAC football on ESPN resumes after these messages. Start of the 4th quarter here at Abilene, Texas. Prairie View A&M on top of Abilene Christian. WAC football on ESPN. Zach Carlisle with Connor Mullins and Joseph Chapa down on the sideline. It's been a defensive struggle all night long. ECU from the 45, though, back to Jeremiah Dobbins. They're going to try to get him going. They also want to get Kobe Clark going. Let's talk more about Kobe. Send it down to Joseph.
Guys, you hear it all the time in sports. Records are meant to be broken. And tonight, ACU wideout Kobe Clark is 2 catches shy of tying Taylor Gabriel for 2nd place in all-time receptions. The journey getting here has simply been consistency of Clark's game. And Coach Patterson said before the season that the possibility of Clark breaking this record will happen organically. Let's see if we can all witness history tonight. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Joseph. And that incomplete pass there from Maverick McIver. As you see Clark on the sideline. Yeah, a couple of catches tonight. See if they get him out there in some third down packages. But ACU's got a 3rd down and 7, and it's just been tough sledding all night. They try to get the run game going, but nothing on 2nd down, and another 3rd down for ACU.
It's another big 3rd down for ACU. They are 2 of 8 so far tonight. Prairie View 5 of 13. It's a big 3rd down for ACU.
I feel like defensive slugfests have been the theme around college football all day today. MacGyver under pressure underneath. Gets it into the hands of Zarek Scruggs. Oh, and there he goes inside the 35-yard line. That was a little bit of magician work from MacGyver to get rid of it, and then Scruggs does the rest.
And MacGyver takes a shot on this one to get it to Scruggs, but what a play from the transfer from New Mexico to get downfield in open space and pick up the 1st down for ACU. ACU's now rolling with MacGyver.
Here come the Wildcats all of a sudden. Back to the ground they go. Dobbins again, and he will take it for maybe 1. As in on the stop was Jemias Presley, the corner. Dobbins, an interesting story, kind of came in as a youngster and a freshman up-and-comer during the 2020 COVID year. ACU opted to play in the fall 2 years ago instead of when everything got moved to the spring in FCS. So they got Dobbins involved, but it turned out to be a redshirt year for everybody. So he is a COVID sophomore, as they list it on the depth chart. The new back end right now for Abilene Christian, Malachi Medlock. Off the fake, MacGyver throws, and Catalan couldn't go down and get it, and it'll set up 3rd and 9. A little bit of a low throw there from MacGyver.
Yeah, wasn't sure who MacGyver was throwing to here. It looked like it was going to be Catalan or the tight end he had in the flat. MacGyver, again, was about to take a shot, able to get it away to Catalan there, but another drop and another pass to Catalan that's not quite there from MacGyver.
MacGyver right at 50% completion tonight, 14 out of 28. 3rd down and 9.
Another 3rd down conversion.
Big play in this game. 4-man rush. MacGyver steps up, lets it go. Oh, climbing the ladder and bringing it down is Blaine Taylor for the 1st down. That throw is a little bit high, but the 6'5" Taylor gets the 1st.
When you're 6'5" and 205, it's easy to make catches like that when your quarterback is about to overthrow you. MacGyver here, 3rd down, steps up in the pocket and drills it to Taylor, who's able to extend his arms and pull that one in for the 1st down.
Transfer from Cisco College, 1st-year Wildcat. ACU in the red zone, off the fake. MacGyver, pressure, middle, caught, Catalan. He's right near the marker.
It seems like the exact same play drawn up by offensive coordinator Stephen Lee for the Wildcats that we saw a couple plays ago. MacGyver rolling out, looking to Catalan or the guy in the flat. The guy in the flat was covered, gets it to Catalan this time.
They'll give him 9, 2nd and 1. ACU needs the 6-yard line. Impressive drive for Abilene Christian. Dobbins on the ground, stumbled, broke a tackle initially, and he is barely back to the line of scrimmage. Well played up front by the Panthers.
Yeah, as we see the Prairie View D-line really make a push on that O-line of ACU to bring Dobbins down here. That's a really quick play from number 44, Warren Schenkel, who had the pick earlier. Was able to make an impact on Dobbins on that play.
Keyshawn Johnson finishes it off. Big 3rd and 2 after the loss of 1. MacGyver on the fake, into the flat. Noah Caldwell, touchdown. ACU's an extra point away from taking the lead.
Right, knows the pressure is coming, gets it away to Caldwell in the flat. Prairie View can't handle that one, and Caldwell gets into the end zone. ACU is about to take the lead, hopefully with the extra point.
Noah Caldwell, the 8-yard touchdown, and now Blair Zepeda for the extra point. 10 plays, 70 yards, 3 minutes and 48 seconds. Most impressive drive of the day for ACU. They take the lead. Caldwell with the go-ahead touchdown for Abilene Christian as ACU caps off a 10-play drive, and they jump in front. Both tight ends in the end zone tonight for the Wildcats.
Big-time play from Caldwell. 2 grabs tonight, the most important one being that 8-yard touchdown grab that we just saw. Same play as Castles in that first quarter. You roll out to your right, look for the flat off the fake, get it to your tight end. He stumbles into the end zone. A well-executed play again by Lee and the Wildcats.
Blair Zepeda to kick it off. It is the first lead of the game for the Wildcats. The Caldwell TD. This is a touchback. Prairie View comes out. So that was the first touchdown of the career of Noah Caldwell. And so now we turn our attention back to Prairie View as they try to respond. But that was just the first points of the second half. That's all we've had so far. Prairie View's moved it a little bit down the field, but they can't figure out points to cap off these drives.
ACU scores again in the fourth quarter. They scored 7 last week. Prairie View scoring 3 last week in the fourth quarter. It's another big-time drive for Prairie View to hopefully, maybe take the lead against this Wildcat defense. They haven't shown it so far in this second half.
Drive starts from the 25 for Trezon Conley and company. And the handoff, nice cut, but nothing doing. ACU was all over that with Jordan Pop. Antoine couldn't go anywhere. Darius Moore was in there too, the linebacker.
And another big play by the ACU D line, getting a good push against that O-line. Jordan Pop with a good tackle there to wrap him up. So we see Torrey Hargrove coming out now.
Got Prairie View, who averaged 6 yards a rush last week. Half of that tonight, 3 yards per carry. 2nd and 11, down the middle, incomplete. Defended by Elijah Moffitt. And slow to get up is Xavier Johnson, the receiver.
And Conley looks downfield again. Tries to thread the needle, and a big-time hit from Moffitt, and Dubar almost comes up with his 2nd interception of the night, smacking his helmet there because he was unable to grab that one.
3rd and 11. Starting to feel the momentum shift a little bit.
Absolutely. 14-13 ACU. A big 3rd down now for the Panthers.
Wildcat fans making some noise. 5 wide on 3rd down, 4-man rush. Conley, down he goes. Tyron Bradley again.
And who else other than Bradley to make that play to get his 10th tackle of the night? A big-time play from the sophomore, our impact player of the night, having a big-time game, making a name for himself here at ACU tonight. As we see again, Conley on that 3rd down, keeps it himself, takes it between the lines, thinks he has it, and then Bradley says, no way, I'm gonna sit you down, big fella. And ACU gets the ball back on a big 3rd down stop from Bradley.
Another punt comes for Prairie View A&M. Been much better in the punt game tonight than were last week, but now a stoppage.
Special teams itself has so far been better for ACU this week, after Zepeda missed 3 field goals against the Cardinals.
Timeout on the field. Peek behind the curtain. There's the gang doing all the work. We're back to Abilene in a moment. Well, the timeout called by Abilene Christian prior to the punt. And so Prairie View A&M will send it away. After the 3 and out on the drive, it's a short punt. Catalan's going to take it from the 41. 34-yard punt. He'll take it into Panther territory. 14-yard return, and now these Wildcats are setting up here, and you can feel the tide turning here in ACU's direction.
You absolutely can, Zach. And on that last drive for the Panthers, The momentum turned. 3 plays, -1 yards for the Panthers in a minute and 22. ACU defense really stepping up there. Keith Patterson, you know, the former Texas Tech defensive coordinator, he's going to be really happy with what he saw from his defense there. But now the offense has got to convert and get down the field deep. Well, they're starting out in a great position. Let's see what they can do here.
Well, Stephen Lee telling us he loves to take shots on this side of the field. When they get a first down, they're going to hand it to Rovon Banks Jr. He'll take it for 3 yards to the 45. Troy James, he's been busy, number 12, coming up from the bottom of the pile. Redshirt senior defensive tackle, came over a couple of years ago from Oklahoma. Preseason second-team All-SWAC on that defensive line.
The D-line of Prairie View has done really well tonight. It's when McIver gets out in space that they've struggled.
Colt Cooper, the tight end, in motion. Now the pistol formation. And they'll give it to Jeremiah Dobbins again. As they switch around the running backs.
Really splitting the carries between Dobbins and Banks tonight with Anthony Smith's absence. They've been balanced.
ACU on the ground, only been for 57 yards, averaging 3 yards a carry, but it's just been enough for ACU at times, and in particular on that touchdown drive that covered 10 plays. 3rd and 5 at the 43. Huge play as we approach the 8.5-minute mark. McIver throws it over the middle. It's Cooper. He's got it for the first down. Taken down by Tariq Mulmore, but got to the sticks for the first.
McIver really loves his tight ends, as we've seen tonight with Castles and Caldwell, and now Cooper on that grab. He loves his big targets and gets that one there.
Colt Cooper, redshirted a year ago at ACU. Redshirt freshman out of Quinlan, Texas. He's definitely got a Texas name. Colt Cooper, the tight end for the East Wildcats. First down at the 38. McIver is going to keep it, and he will rumble for 9 or so. Didn't slide, instead takes a hit, but he's going to get 9.
McIver does smart here to not hand it off and just tucks it and keeps it.
Timeout on the field. ACU's got second down when we come back. After the timeout, Abilene Christian with this 1-point lead and a 2nd down and 1. Prairie View A&M, the ones calling that timeout defensively prior to the break. Trickery here. Davion Johnson, he's in some space. He's to the sideline, and he's knocked out of the 15. Okay, rabbits out of their hats on that one.
And we saw the exact same play last week, but with Kendall Catalan, but Davion Johnson on this one, on the double reverse. Gets to the outside edge and gets to the outside, a speedy receiver. We saw him a lot last year in the Wildcat formation. A really smart play call by Coach Lee.
Johnson, a junior, stands at just 5'8", 170 pounds out of Bedford Heights, Ohio. 3rd year with Abilene Christian. First down at the 15. A lot of motion here for ACU. They'll go to Dobbins. Coming left, gets a block to the sideline. Gonna take it for 9.
That's a strong run by Dobbins. Got the push from Moore at the left tackle spot. Able to get to the outside edge once again on that left side and put ACU in the red zone.
2nd down and 1 at the 6. Seen a lot of tight ends here down on this end of the field. We shall see. Handoff up the middle to Dobbins. Broke off of one initially. And now it's a pile push. Look at that. He's going to get the first down, and he'll take it to the 3. With a little help from his lineman. 1st and goal.
Graffiti Jeremiah there just got absolutely tossed by one of the Prairie View defensive players. No flag thrown, but another good run from Dobbins. The handoff from McIver. Dobbins between his linemen.
Then this just turns
Able to get
into
a push.
Then this just turns into a rugby scrum.
And then
after
off
that.
screen, Jeremiah gets tossed.
First and goal. Dobbins down immediately. Troy James is an impressive defensive tackle for Prairie View.
The preseason second team All-SWAC pick has had a solid game tonight for the Panthers, able to wrap Dobbins up there.
So now second and goal. On the fake, into the flat again. It's Caldwell, the tight end. That's been the play for all of the touchdowns through the air. He will take it down to the 1.
Seen that play 2 times tonight, unable to convert to the touchdown there. But another good catch from Caldwell out in the flat. Good fake, brings up 3rd and goal for ACU. They were 2 and 4 in the red zone last week.
3rd and goal at the 2. McIver on the fake. What a move, touchdown. Number 1 does it himself.
Just a great read by McIver here. Fakes the handoff and jukes 2 defenders to get to the end zone. A fancy move from the sophomore quarterback out of San Angelo Central. And that's a good move to head to the end zone to extend the lead for Abilene Christian.
10 plays, 48 yards in just under 5 minutes. Zepeda for the extra point. Abilene Christian's trying to go to 2-0 for the first time in 9 years. They lead by 8 in the 4th. Abilene Christian in front 21-13, and Connor 2 straight TD drives. The offense has been up and down, but they've been very clutch when they've needed to here in the 4th quarter.
It's been a very complete half from ACU to this point. McIver looking comfortable now in the pocket for ACU. He's been much more efficient for the Wildcats tonight, and it's resulted in 2 touchdowns in this 4th quarter.
Zepeda sends it away. Touchback again for ACU's team captain. Pressure-packed drive for Prairie View A&M now, down 8. They need something here from Trayson Conley and company.
Conley's got to bring out his magic. He's got to scramble for some yards. McDowell's gotten a really important drive ahead. And now the Panthers got to get back on the board. Mark Frederick's got to make some play calls to give the Panthers the lead once again. Maybe get a 2-point conversion if you score. Got 5 minutes. Let's see what happens.
Down 8. They need a touchdown and a 2 to tie it up. From the 25, the drive begins. Conley to the air. It's been very efficient tonight, especially throwing to his backs. He's really loved doing that. Antoine's going to make the grab for a short gain out to the 29.
He's made a lot of quick, accurate throws in that short passing game, and we see it again there.
Second down and 6. Uh-oh, look out. That ball got away on a bad snap. And there was a couple of them last week from Chance Jones. Another bad snap here. And Conley's got to cover it up way back inside the 20.
Yeah, just unable to get the snap there. Tyron Bradley right on it. Gives Conley a pat on the back at the end of that play. Lucky did not get a penalty flag and brings up a long 3rd down. Not what you want if you're Bubba McDowell.
3rd down and 19. Conley underneath. Oh, it was tipped and still caught, but then immediately tackled was Xavier Johnson, and Anthony Egbo at the tackle, and a 3 and out.
Egbo's been kind of everywhere tonight. He's been on defense and special teams making plays. Conley gets it short and quick. That's all he has really done tonight. Taking some shots in the first half, but they're just unable to convert. Egbo does a really good job to wrap that one up for his 4th tackle on the night.
Another punt coming at the 3:40 mark, so Prairie View's going to play the odds. They play D and try to get one stop to give their offense one more try. From the 43, Catalan, stopping on a dime, and he'll take it down. 36-yard punt, 3 yards on the return. And now ACU in the 3-minute offense to try to close out the ball game here tonight.
ACU's got a real chance to close this one out. If I'm Coach Lee for Abilene Christian, I'm trying to chew the clock, ground and pound. Don't let McIver really sit back deep. Just let your running backs go to work here on this drive and try to wear out that Prairie View defense.
3:24, and ACU is going to take over at the 46-yard line.
McIver, again, looking to get his 3rd touchdown of the quarter. Time to seal it for ACU.
ACU to the ground. Jeremiah Dobbins, nice jump cut. Oh, look at this run. Dobbins still going. Wow.
Tough run.
Angry run of 19 yards there for Dobbins.
It's his best run of the night so far. McIver gives it off to Dobbins. Dobbins is able to run between his offensive linemen and just break some tackles and bring some with him. Just a big-time run by Dobbins there. And to chew some clock as well.
First down of the 35 as we're under 3 minutes to go tonight.
AC chewing the clock out.
Using that play clock, back to Dobbins. He's having himself a quarter, but there's a flag. Try to go around and block up Miles McCaney, and this should be coming back here for ACU.
That's tough for Abilene Christian, but a good strong run on the outside from Dobbins there, if it stands.
Personal foul, illegal blindside block, offense number 18, 15-yard penalty. It's first down.
And that's exactly why it was a good run to the outside, is because of the blindside block there. Not a smart play by Catalan. It's a costly penalty.
Well, I got to get to Miles McCaney here in a second because I've got a story to tell on him in just a moment here for Prairie View A&M. That is going to back ACU up to the 44. So we're under 2.5 to go. First down at the 44, and ACU is going to Dobbins. Nothing doing there. But Miles McCaney for Prairie View A&M transferred from the
where?
Midwest. He's a former Peacock of Upper Iowa University, Division II school up there in Iowa, my alma mater. So I got to give a shout out to my Upper Iowa Peacocks. And in fact, last night, finding out the news that my mentor, my broadcast partner from when I got my career started, and my personal friend, Joe Stacy, being inducted into the Upper Iowa Hall of Fame last night. So if he's watching or listening tonight, congratulations, my friend, on being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Minute and a half to go here tonight. ACU's up by 8. They trail by 6 going to the fourth quarter. On the ground, they go again to the 44-yard line. Third and long coming up, but now Prairie View's playing against the clock here as we're under a minute and a half to go.
They got 2 timeouts as well, so they have time to get a drive in and hopefully tie this game up.
Just $1:24 to go. Timeouts being called. Prairie View trying to get the ball back one more time. And before we send you away tonight, let's take a look at Prairie View's upcoming schedule. They go back home for their final non-con before league play starts. UIW on the 17th, but then Alabama State and Grambling, and then Southern as well. How about the Wildcats? Off they go to the SEC country, Columbia, Missouri next Saturday. on SEC Network Plus. Right back here the following week for Western New Mexico before they open up WAC play in Utah. So 3rd down, and Prairie View is going to need a stop and then try to get the ball back one more time. They've got one timeout to go here tonight. 3rd and 19 of the 44. Off the fake, McIver's going to dump it into the flat, a play that's worked beautifully tonight. Noah Caldwell takes it inside the 40.
It's a good pickup.
Clock should stop on the final timeout for the Panthers. They got a little chunk, and now they could attempt a field goal here if they wanted to.
Yeah, depending on how Blair Zepeda's leg is feeling for Abilene Christian. He missed 3 field goals last week, but a chance for a field goal here.
Yeah, so that'll be the decision is will they attempt the field goal to try to get a because if ACU can make the kick, all of a sudden they go up 11 and this game's over. But if they miss the kick, then you flip the tables there, and Prairie View would get good field position after that to try to go down and tie the game. So an important decision for Keith Patterson here in the final 117.
A huge decision for Keith Patterson to make. They got a chance to get a field goal, extend the lead. We'll see what happens. McDowell, if they get the ball back, they got just under a minute, probably when they get the ball back to get that drive and maybe tie this game up.
Yeah, it'll be curious to see what they decide to do. If they kick it here for Zepeda, I mean, you're talking 54 yards or so. They're going to send out Logan Burke, the punter. And so they're going to try to pin Prairie View deep with an 8-point lead. I can't say I disagree with the decision. I think this is the right call for Abilene Christian here.
I agree.
To send this away.
Trust your defense.
At the 37, kind of no man's land. Burke needs a good one. He's going to send it to the 1, and it's dropping there. Oh, an incredible punt. Remarkable. Dustin Ennis, the long snapper, recovered a fumble last week and downs it at the 1 with a minute left.
Big time play from Ennis and a great punt by Burke just to pin him deep. Great play call by Keith Patterson just to get them pinned deep. Dustin Ennis again with another big play like you mentioned. And now it's now or never for the Panthers. We got 99 yards to go and maybe then some.
And then a 2-point conversion. So they need 101 yards basically right here with 107 to go. Hey, punters are people too. That's Logan Burke's best right there. That was really, really well done.
It's well executed.
All right, 99 yards for Prairie View. That's how far they need for the TD. Down 8, minute to go. Conley standing, lots of time. To the middle, good chunk on first down. Out across the 25 is Johnson. He had all day in the end zone to stand there and throw it.
That's a great read by Conley. Gets the crossing route deep downfield, and they're able to get out of bounds, so that stops the clock as well. Big time play from the Panthers to do that quick hurry-up offense.
26 yards on first down. Conley, sideline. Is it a catch? Decision to be made. Not sure. Yes, it's a catch. Jalen Howard. Toe drag swag along the sideline right there.
That's a good catch from Howard there on the sidelines. Able to get his foot in bounds.
Prairie View quickly to the middle again. It's working. Now sliding down, giving himself up. Is Johnson. No timeouts, 43 seconds. Just like that, Prairie View's to the 46. They still got over half the field to go, though. 37 and counting. Just a 3-man rush. Conley got to let it go. He's going to run, and he's tripped up inbounds. What a play by Anthony Egbo Jr. Clock ticks under 20 seconds.
Big time play once again from Egbo, the former walk-on for Abilene Christian.
10 seconds. This might be the final play here. And now a timeout called. Just 9 seconds to go. Abilene Christian defensively wanted to call it. How about Anthony Egbo keeping in bounds Conley that time, because Conley can fly.
Yeah, just a great defensive play once again by ACU. Conley looking, has all time to throw, just unable to find anyone downfield. Egbo jumps up on that one and snaps Conley in, keeps him in bounds. Egbo gets a cramp and has to come out of the game for these final couple plays.
A 14-0, not second half, but just fourth quarter for Abilene Christian. They trailed 13-7 at the break, trailed 13-7 at the end of the third, and have outscored Prairie View 14-0 here in the fourth quarter and are 9 seconds away from the victory. Prairie View with no timeouts, and they need 56 yards for the touchdown, and then they still need the 2-point conversion. 5 wide for Conley, 3-man rush. Quick throw to the outside. It's a first down, but then they tackle him, and now the clock will run, and with 2 seconds, Prairie View needs to get the snap off. Will they do so? Final play of the game. Well, what is it? Conley's going to let it fly. It is incomplete, and the ball game is over on a very strange final play. That's it. Abilene Christian is going to win it 21-13. What a wacky ending here tonight.
Well, the whack and swack matchup ends in an ACU win, a weird final play, and Conley just trying to give his receiver a chance to make a play and get a leverage once again like we saw in the first half.
Did they know that he got the snap off in time?
Not
I mean, this
sure
was
if they
weird.
did. Alexander Duke for ACU tackling Conley on that play. Jolly in coverage for Abilene Christian. Panthers unable to convert, and ACU takes the win.
Abilene Christian is 2-0 now for the first time since 2013. And it was all defense tonight, Connor. I mean, a 21-13 victory. How impressive was the ACU defense tonight?
They were fantastic in this second half tonight, not allowing any points after that first half. And we saw a similar story last week with ACU holding Lamar to just like 150 yards of offense off those 2 deep plays. And they do it once again tonight on defense, not allowing many second half yards for the Panthers.
Yeah, I mean, it couldn't do anything on the ground. Prairie View ends up leading 13-7 at halftime, but then ACU 14 points in the second half. And our player of the game is Tyron Bradley with 10 tackles, 3 solo, 2 for loss. How impressive was Tyron Bradley tonight?
He was all over the field tonight for ACU on defense. Coach Patterson has got to be happy with what he saw from his sophomore defensive end.
He was really, really impressive. He is our player of the game in ACU's win. Let's go down to Joseph to talk to the player of the game, Tyron Bradley.
Well, hey guys, I'm here with Tyron Bradley, and Tyron, what a game, man. You guys fought back, down 6, heading into the second half. What changed in order for you guys to scratch and claw and come back with this victory?
I mean, from the moment the game started, we kind of knew what it was. So, you know what I'm saying, we went down early, so when we went in halftime, we just had to rekindle, regroup. We knew what the message was. We knew what we had to do. And at the end of the day, Coach Patterson, he got us together, and he told us straight up we was going to win the game. So I think that was what our mindset was coming out to the third quarter. And, you know, we just came out and we balled out.
10 total tackles for you, my friend, and really that defense really just put the pressure on Prairie View A&M's quarterback. What were the adjustments coming out of halftime to really make them scoreless in the second half?
I mean, from the start of the week, Coach told us we had to contain the quarterback, you know what I'm saying? He was getting out early. So going in, you know what I'm saying, Coach told us, you know what I'm saying, just some adjustments, rushing the passer, rush lanes and stuff like that, and just all together just playing hard and running to the ball as a team.
And now, Tyron, you guys go and travel to Missouri to take on a Power 5 program in college football. What's the mindset for you and the team?
Same thing, you know what I'm saying, just keep going, foot on the neck, you know what I'm saying, just keep pushing. Coach P, he told us, you know what I'm saying, you don't improve, we got to improve each and every day. So that's what it is. This game is over, so on to the next week.
Thank you, Tyron. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Zach, back to you.
Joseph, thank you very much. Abilene Christian goes to 2-0 for the first time since 2013. Final score of ACU 21 and Prairie View 13. This has been a presentation of the Western Athletic Conference on ESPN. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. Until next time, Zach Carlisle, Connor Mullins, Joseph Chapa, the whole crew led by Hutton Harris and Tom Searle saying so long, take care, good night from Abilene, Texas.